For the Washington and Lee Athletics Year in Review, I'm Jeremy Franklin. We start in the fall, which featured 3 ODAC titles and a national championship appearance. Men's cross country won its second straight ODAC championship, running away with the conference crown in Buena Vista. Max Traylor finished first overall to earn ODAC Runner of the Year honors, while Mackenzie Leroy came in second and Ian McDonald placed sixth. All 3 athletes earned first-team All-ODAC recognition. Capping off a season in which WNL garnered the first national ranking in program history, the Generals would go on to place second at the NCAA South-Southeast Regional in Mount Berry, Georgia. Straylor finished third to claim All-Region accolades for the 4th time in his career, and he was joined on the All-Region team by McDonald, Leroy, Cooper Baird, and Philip Harmon. The second-place finish also sent WNL to the Division III championship meet for the first time since 1995, and the Generals would finish 27th at the NCAA race in Louisville. The women's cross-country team also claimed the ODAC title, finishing 29 points ahead of second-place Roanoke at the conference meet. Samantha Yates and Maggie Siebold came in second and third overall to win first-team All-ODAC laurels. The Generals then finished fourth at the South-Southeast Regional, with Yates and Siebold placing 9th and 10th. That duo received All-Region honors alongside fellow sophomore Kirsten McMichael. Yates also became just the 5th runner in program history to qualify for multiple NCAA championships, and she would finish 132nd in a field of 280 athletes at the Division III meet in Kentucky. Women's soccer broke a 7-year ODAC title drought and ended Lynchburg's stranglehold on the conference by winning the program's 4th league title. A regular season victory at Lynchburg snapped the Hornets' 93-match unbeaten streak against the ODAC, and it would help propel WNL to the number 1 seed and home field advantage in the conference tournament. The Generals downed Virginia Wesleyan 2-1 in the ODAC championship match to earn the program's 6th NCAA appearance, where they fell 3-0 to 9th-ranked Hardin-Simmons in the first round in Danville, Kentucky, to finish the year at 15-4-1. Neil Cunningham was named ODAC Coach of the Year, and sophomore Megan England received the league's Player of the Year award. England was joined on the All-ODAC first team by Caroline Peters and Hollis Tardy, with all 3 players receiving All-Region honors as well. England would also earn All-State recognition alongside senior Tricia Jesse, who finishes her career with 42 goals, good enough for 4th all-time at WNL. The men's soccer team went 15-5-2 and made a return trip to the NCAA tournament. After dropping a 2-1 heartbreaker at Lynchburg in the ODAC championship, the Generals received an at-large bid to the Division III playoffs. WNL knocked out St. Lawrence on penalty kicks after a 1-1 draw in the first round before falling 2-0 to host and 14th-ranked Franklin and Marshall in the round of 32. WNL spent most of the season in the national rankings, climbing as high as number 5 in the D3Soccer.com poll and ending the year ranked 20th. Sophomore Dylan Rich was tabbed ODAC Player of the Year, while junior goalkeeper Gillen Beck claimed the conference's Scholar Athlete Award. Rich and Oliver Dolberg landed on the All-ODAC first team, going on to receive All-Region and All-State accolades, along with Beck and Patrick Berry. Field hockey advanced to the ODAC championship for the 2nd straight season, dropping a 2-0 decision to Shenandoah in the conference final in Lynchburg. The Generals ramped up the season at 13-7 overall, but they were dominant at home. In 10 contests at the turf field, WNL went 9-1 and outscored the opposition 54-7. Senior Maggie Waxter capped off one of the best careers in program history with a slew of honors after setting a single-season record for points and finishing second all-time in both goals and points. Waxter was selected as the ODAC Player of the Year, going on to claim first-team All-Region and third-team All-America honors. She's just the 2nd All-American in WNL field hockey history. Classmate Kendall Peterson tied for the ODAC lead in assist and was named first-team All-Conference and second-team All-Region. The volleyball team finished with a 24-10 record and returned to the ODAC championship match, falling in straight sets on the road to top seed Randolph-Macon. The Generals were led by another well-decorated senior, as middle blocker Mackenzie Shand became just the 2nd WNL player to earn 3 All-America citations with another honorable mention nod. Shand wraps up her career as the WNL record holder for blocks, and she finishes 2nd all-time in hitting percentage. Shand was also named first-team All-ODAC and first-team All-South Region, while sophomore Meg Guion led the Generals in kills and was tabbed honorable mention All-Region. And football put together another winning campaign, going 6-4 overall and tying for 2nd in the ODAC with a 5-2 league record. Junior linebacker Max Garrett highlighted the Generals All-Conference honorees, earning the league's Scholar Athlete laurels and claiming a spot on the All-ODAC first team alongside cornerback Will Dyson and offensive linemen Michael LaSala and Chris Ozier. Dyson, who led the conference in interceptions, was also named first-team All-South Region by D3Football.com, with LaSala and Garrett landing on the second team. Meanwhile, LaSala was named the State College Division Offensive Lineman of the Year by the Touchdown Club of Richmond. For the season, the Generals again led Division III in rushing offense, averaging 390.3 yards per game on the ground. Marshall Hollerith paced the balance attack with 816 yards, wrapping up his career in second place at W&L in both rushing yards and touchdowns, while quarterback Charlie Nelson finishes sixth all-time in total offense and eighth in rushing. On to the winter, which was highlighted by 3 more conference titles and a record-setting NCAA finish. Women's swimming capped off a record-setting season by placing 7th overall at the NCAA Championship. W&L also claimed its 27th ODAC title and its 10th consecutive by winning 16 out of 18 events at the conference championship in February. At the National Division III meet in Shenandoah, Texas, the Generals combined for 9 All-America honors and set 8 school records on their way to the program's best-ever finish. Emily Rollo placed 5th in the 100 backstroke to garner a first-team All-America citation, while Emily Hedgebeck produced a first-team performance in the 200 breaststroke. Rollo and Hedgebeck were joined by Allie McQueen, Elle Chansey, Elizabeth Holmes, Cassidy Fuller, and Kelly Amar on 4 separate All-America relay teams, while Rollo, Chansey, and McQueen earned honorable mention laurels in individual events. Those 7 athletes were among a group of 17 swimmers who earned all ODAC honors. The all-conference accolades also included Rollo as Swimmer of the Year, McQueen as Rookie of the Year, and Cammie Gardner as the league's top coach. The men's swimming team also won the ODAC championship, placing first in 15 of the 18 events at the conference meet in Greensboro. During the regular season, the Generals also went 5-1 in dual meets and won a pair of invitationals. Tommy Thetford was tabbed as the conference's Scholar Athlete of the Year, and he was joined on the All-ODAC first team by Noah Schammel, Patrick Lawrence, William Borst, Ben Brown, Jared Nicodem, Sam Logue, Ethan Fisher, and Michael Struck. The men's track and field team earned its first ODAC title in 28 years, winning the indoor championship at Roanoke's Kerr Kreger Fieldhouse in Salem. 5 Generals notched first-place finishes. Ian McDonald won the mile. Max Strahler took first in the 5,000 meters. Patrick Robertson claimed the top spot in the shot put. Davis Turner secured the title in the high jump, and Shep Sims placed first in the pole vault. Sims was selected as the co-rookie of the meet, while Brandon Yule received the Coach of the Year award. Additionally, the Generals snapped 4 school records during the indoor campaign. Strahler now holds the mark in the 5,000. Drew Pranka set a new standard in the 60-meter hurdles, and the 4x800 and distance medley relay teams also entered the record book. Women's track and field finished second at the ODAC indoor meet for the 3rd consecutive year. Both Dana Lee and Samantha Yates won 2 individual events as part of 6 first-place finishes for the team. Lee took the top spot in the triple jump with an ODAC meet and school record mark. She also crossed the tape first in the 400 meters and was part of the winning 4x400 relay team that also included Chiara Ferroni, Allie Peacock, and Kaylee Hinton. Meanwhile, Yates won both the 3,000 and 5,000 meter events, and Lizzie Stanton claimed her 3rd indoor title in the pole vault. Lee finishes her career as the holder of 5 different individual indoor records, and Stanton is the new standard bearer in the pole vault. Women's basketball battled through an injury-plagued season to finish 12-14 overall and 7-9 in the ODAC. In the first round of the conference tournament in Lexington, first-year Taylor Casey set a W&L postseason record with 32 points in an 88-79 victory over Roanoke. In the quarterfinals in Salem, the Generals would fall 72-55 to eventual champion Guilford. Junior guard Emily Perzik's 19.4 points per game rank is the 3rd highest single-season scoring average in program history, and Perzik became W&L's first selection to the All-ODAC first team since 2012. Meanwhile, senior Jackie Clifford capped off her career by becoming the 11th W&L player to reach the 1,000-point mark. The men's basketball team went 13-15 overall and 7-9 in the ODAC and then made a remarkable run to the conference semifinals. W&L edged Eastern Mennonite 70-69 in a first-round matchup and then upset second-seeded Randolph-Macon 78-67 in the quarterfinals in Salem. The Generals would then drop a 69-67 nail-biter to Emory and Henry in the semifinal round. Junior Clayton Murtha paced the Generals in scoring and led the conference in rebounding, earning first-team All-ODAC honors for the 2nd time in his career. Point guard Andy Kleinlein will graduate as the program's all-time leader in free throw percentage and three-point shooting. Both Murtha and Kleinlein joined the 1,000-point club during the regular season. And the wrestling team put together one of its best campaigns in years. Against a nationally competitive schedule, the Generals went 8-7 in dual meets, marking their first winning record in almost a decade. W&L would go on to finish 4th at the Centennial Conference Championship, the team's highest placement since joining that league back in 1998. The Generals then came in 10th at the NCAA East Regional in Rocky Mount, Virginia, where rookie Joe Scott won the 165-pound class, while sophomore Zach Bilikbashi placed 3rd at 133. Bilikbashi and Scott both qualified for the Division III Wrestling Championship in La Crosse, Wisconsin, the first time W&L has sent 2 wrestlers to nationals in 30 years. Now we move on to the spring, where, as usual, several of our athletes and teams are still involved in NCAA tournament competition. Women's lacrosse has put together one of the best seasons in school history. The Generals scored 3 victories over top 10 teams in the first month of the spring, claiming the number 1 ranking for the first time ever and spending a large portion of the season ranked second in both Division III polls. W&L ran the table in the ODAC, beating Randolph-Macon 7-3 in the conference final to earn the program's 8th consecutive league title. Haley Suter was named ODAC Player of the Year, and she was joined on the all-conference first team by Olivia Sisson, Haley Tucker, Riley Garcia, and Parker Hamill. Meanwhile, Brooke O'Brien received her 5th ODAC Coach of the Year award. Suter, Tucker, Sisson, and Hamill were also named First-Team All-Region by the IWLCA. The Generals, who boast the second-best scoring defense in the country, opened the NCAA tournament with an 8-2 win over Mary Washington at Watfield on Sunday, tying the school record for victories in the process. At 17-1, W&L will now host an NCAA regional for the first time ever, continuing postseason play with the round of 16 contest against Catholic on Saturday afternoon. The men's lacrosse team went 10-7 overall and tied for first in the ODAC with an 8-1 league record, earning the top seed in the conference tournament for the first time since 2004. The Generals would fall 19-10 to eventual champion Hampton-Sydney in the ODAC semifinals. Sophomore A.J. Witherell highlighted an impressive offensive campaign, establishing a new single-season standard with 88 points on his way to claiming the ODAC Player of the Year award. Witherell was joined on the all-conference first team by Kyle Gifford and Jack Hodgson. The General starting attack of Witherell, Whit Griffin, and Sam Dardany combined for an astounding 126 goals, while Hodgson's 225 faceoff wins were the second highest single-season total in W&L history. Men's track and field completed a sweep of the ODAC titles by winning the outdoor championship at Wilson Field. Patrick Robertson and Dash Derricks both won 2 throwing events. Robertson earned the 3rd hammer throw crown of his career and also won the shot put, while Derricks placed first in both the javelin and the discus. The Generals had 4 other event winners. Ian McDonald claimed the title in the 1,500 meters for the 3rd time in his career. Max Strahler placed first in the 10,000. Shep Sims won the pole vault, and the relay team of Carter Huffman, Donovan Fiore, Jake Roberts, and Jack Jones crossed the line first in a thrilling 4x400 race. Sims was named Rookie of the Meet, and Brandon Yule received another ODAC Coach of the Year award. Women's track and field came in second at the ODAC Outdoor Championship. 4 Generals won individual events. Lizzie Stanton took the pole vault for the 3rd time at the spring meet. Dana Lee placed first in the triple jump. Allie Peacock claimed the title in the 400-meter hurdles, and Samantha Yates won the 5,000 meters. Stanton caps her career with a total of 6 ODAC pole vault crowns, and she holds the school records in both indoor and outdoor competition, while Lee owns the W&L mark in 13 different indoor and outdoor events. The riding team finished 5th at the ODAC Championship in Salem in early April. Ashley Ooms was selected as the Conference Scholar Athlete of the Year, while Jane Chiavelli and Kaylee Wells earned all ODAC accolades. The Generals' 2016-17 season also included second-place finishes at Hollins and the University of Virginia and a 4th-place showing at Sweetbriar. In March, Chiavelli, Sarah Kate Harrison, Jenny Lee, Liza Allner, Sarah Walters, and Elise George all competed at IHSA Regionals in Charlottesville. Baseball went 28-14 overall and 16-4 in the ODAC, tying the school record for wins. The Generals made program history by earning a share of the conference regular season title, and they would advance to the ODAC championship game for the first time since 2009, falling 4-3 to Roanoke in the conference tournament finale in Lynchburg. Tom Conklin wraps up his career as the W&L record holder in earned run average and games started, while Danny Devereaux set the career saves record during his sophomore season this spring. Those 2 pitchers landed on the All-ODAC first team, where they were joined by third baseman Ryan Weston and shortstop Chadwick Feely. Men's tennis finished 16-7 overall and 10-0 in the conference, winning the program's 36th ODAC title by sweeping Guilford 5-0 in the championship match in Ashland. The Generals would make their 24th appearance in the NCAA tournament, falling 5-3 to Sewanee in the second round in Atlanta over the weekend. Senior Jordan Krasner was named ODAC Player of the Year for the 2nd time in his career, and he also claimed the conference's Scholar Athlete Award. Joining Krasner on the All-ODAC first team were Will Bannister, Zach Ely, Max Zhang, Mitchell Thomas, Thomas Harmon, and Charlie Kittredge. Krasner also received a bid to next week's 32-player Division III Singles Championship in Chattanooga. The women's tennis team spent most of the season ranked in the top 15, compiling a 21-6 overall record and a perfect 11-0 mark in the ODAC. With a 5-0 victory over Randolph-Macon in the conference championship, W&L secured its 15th straight league title. The Generals returned to the NCAA tournament, ousting Sewanee 5-3 in the second round in Tennessee before falling 5-1 to third-ranked Emory in the round of 16. Brooke Donnelly picked up both ODAC Player and Scholar Athlete of the Year honors, and she was joined on the All-Conference First Team by Hannah Archer, Melinda Kaufman, Anna Cranen, Madison Hutchins, and Dee Dee Ashlamon. Donnelly will return to the Division III Singles Championship next week, while she and sophomore Tessa Hill were also selected to compete in the 16-team doubles bracket. Women's golf came in second at a rain-soaked ODAC championship at Wintergreen, where Mary Frances Hall finished as the individual runner-up. W&L's season also included a second-place finish at the Generals Invitational in October, as well as a sixth-place showing in a loaded 16-team field at Barry's Callaway Gardens Intercollegiate in March. Hall was joined on the All-Conference First Team by Lisa Freed and ODAC Rookie of the Year Griffin Foltz. Freed earned a spot on the All-East Region squad, and she was honored as one of just 6 golfers nationwide on the All-America First Team. She also received an individual bid to the NCAA Championship in Houston, where she finished tied for 49th overall. And the men's golf team also placed second at the ODAC Championship. Luke Farley came in third overall, with Todd Allen McDonald and Conley Hurst joining him in the top 10. Farley would receive the ODAC Scholar Athlete of the Year award, while Robert Quinalty was tabbed as the conference Rookie of the Year, and Pete Jessick was selected as the league's top coach. Quinalty and classmate Brian Pesey were both named to the All-ODAC First Team. The Generals, who currently sit in 15th place in the GolfStat Division III rankings, were rewarded for an excellent season with an at-large bid to the NCAA Championship, which got underway today at Howey in the Hills, Florida. For the Washington and Lee Athletics Year in Review, I'm Jeremy Franklin.